Hey, love. How many times a day do you think you ask yourself some version of, am I good enough? Maybe you're saying, am I pretty enough? Or am I intelligent enough? Or do I even deserve this promotion or this life or this relationship? We have these stories where the woman who sits next to us is better than us. She deserves more, right? We look at her and we say, oh my gosh, she has this amazing life, this amazing relationship, and all I attract are these wrong guys. Enoughness shows up so much in our love lives. And we create even more stories. We tell ourselves things like, well, I must not have gotten a second date from him or a text from him because he met someone else. He met someone better. Or after a couple of months, he ghosted on me. And so the problem must be me because I'm the only common denominator and it keeps happening again and again and again. Does it ever feel like that for you? I wonder what would happen if instead of all these stories, you asked yourself, who is worthy of me? Who deserves me? What might happen? And I mean the you that you are today. Because the you that you were when you attracted your last relationship was different, right? You've grown. And so the man that you deserve has up-leveled too. That's different now also. I think it's so often that we judge ourselves by our past experiences and we think that that's all there is. We look at that and say, that must be all I'm worthy of. That type of guy, because that's all I've ever attracted, no matter how hard I've tried to get other men. I've only attracted ones who cheat on me, who hurt me, who are like all these things that I don't want. Or maybe if the relationship you did have was amazing, you might be asking yourself like, well, I probably can't get that again. That was the one time I just kind of lucked out. And maybe you're holding on to it. Maybe you're still in that relationship because you're afraid that one part of it that you like, you're never going to be able to get that chemistry with someone again. So you stay and you settle. But you don't want a relationship like any of those past relationships again, right? You want more. You want abundant love. Love without limits. And to get that, you need to experience your own worth every single day. You need to wake up and know that you are worthy. What would happen for you if you believed that love could happen today? That timeline of when you think you're going to meet someone totally didn't exist and it could happen now. How would it change who you attract if you really believed that you were good enough? If you stopped telling yourself all of these stories, at the worthy one, that's what you get to do. You get to step into yourself, your most deserving, worthy self, where love doesn't have any limits, where your wildest dreams are totally possible and real. What would that be like? What would happen if you got to choose who you date? Because when you're worthy, you get to choose. You even get to choose what it feels like to date. It's not hard or complicated anymore. Instead, it's easy, or it's joyful, or it's whatever you want it to feel like. What would happen if you got to choose your next relationship? That is possible. That is exactly what you'll learn at the Worthy One. And you don't have to do it yourself. It's so often as successful women that we try to do everything ourselves. We try to be so independent that we can't accept or receive any help. But what happens, especially in love, is we end up lonely. And that's the one thing that we don't want, right? We don't want to be alone. Maybe it's a fear of yours that you might be alone forever. Instead, here you are in your dating life, alone, lonely. But you don't have to do it that way. I invite you to join here at the Worthy One, a movement of women who are just like you, who are ready to release their I am not good enough story and step in to their worth and feel their worth every day. So you won't ever have to be alone again. And I'll be there guiding you the whole way because you're not alone. You got all of us. And that's why you are the worthy one and you deserve a worthy one. So come on in, click the button, join the movement, and claim your worth.